Hello all. This presentation talks about the legal rights and responsibilities in matrimonial disputes in India. And this presentation was prepared by Deloitte NGO volunteers and it is a legal awareness material. As an introduction, we would like to tell you why it is important for a person to know their legal rights and responsibilities in matrimonial disputes. Firstly, it is the protection, and knowing these rights safeguards individuals from potential exploitation, abuse, and unfair treatment within a marriage. This can happen either to male or female. Fair resolution. Understanding legal rights is crucial for achieving fair and just resolutions during conflicts or divorce proceedings. Third is the most important thing, that is child welfare, and it ensures that decisions taken regarding child, such as custody and support, are made in the best interest of promoting the children's well-being and considering their future growth. So in summary, this presentation will provide a comprehensive understanding of legal aspects of matrimonial disputes in India, which can help you to navigate this complex terrain. So next we'll look at what are the legal rights for spouses. So these rights are categorized into four major things. So those things are it is every spouse has a right to live with dignity and respect. So that is very important in an matrimonial life when two individuals are cohabiting in a home. And second thing is every spouse has a right to have maintenance and financial support during the marriage. So especially this is applicable for females. They have the legal obligation to provide. Males have the legal obligation to provide financial support, and if both are working, the obligation falls on both of them. These obligations are required to uh, for the basic needs and conducting that life. And third thing is the right to seek divorce under specific circumstances. There are legal grounds for divorce, which may include cruelty, adulteration, and there are several grounds for divorce, which we'll see in the next section. And third thing is there is a legal right for both the parent to have an right on child custody, visitation, and support. They have spouses have the rights related to children, including custody, visitation, and schedules, and also they have to share the financial responsibilities as well. Next is what are the responsibilities in matrimony. We saw that what are the legal rights, but what are the responsibilities, which could be a moral responsibility or any kind of responsibility for both the spouses. The first thing is they have a duty to maintain the sanity of marriage and uphold marital vows. Spouses are responsible for maintaining the integrity of the marriage by honoring their vows and commitments. Commitments is very important, and when there is a someone is not able to fulfill their commitment, the dispute arises. That's a major ground for dispute or matrimonial fights, etc. And second thing is the responsibility to provide emotional and financial support to the family. Yeah, financial support and emotional support are very important for both the spouses. And due to the lack of these things, there are several cases that are arising in family, and this is also one of the major reason for disputes to arise. Third thing, both of them have the commitment to raising and nurturing the children. Parents are the responsible for providing providing a supportive environment for the children. The fourth one is the legal obligation to other the matrimonial laws and court orders. So most of them do not know about the matrimonial laws, due to which there are some issues happening. So it is a legal obligation to comply with the court orders related to matrimonial disputes, and they should also know what would be the consequences if they are not able to comply those court orders and laws. So here we'll quickly see what are the legal grounds for divorce. So let me go into the first point, that is cruelty. One of the most commonly cited grounds for divorce is cruelty. So cruelty can be either physical or mental cruelty inflicted by one spouse on another spouse. Um, I have given an example. We have given an example like what kind of cruelty could usually happens. Second thing is adultery. Adultery refers to the married person engaged in an physical relationship outside the marriage without the consent of their spouse. I don't think, yeah, even if one spouse discovers or finds that the other person is engaged in an extramarital affair, this is a very solid ground for divorce in India. And third thing is desertion. Desertion occurs when one spouse abandons the other for extended period without a reasonable cause and consent. And the next thing is the mutual consent, where both the parties understand that their compatibility is at stake, and they wanted to separate by mutually agreeing. So this is most mutual consent. And third is sometimes this happens like when one person converts to another religion, and there are issues that is arising out of that. We have given an example for that even. And sixth one is mental disorder. If one person is suffering from mental disorder that makes impossible for to continue in a marriage, it can be a solid ground for divorce. Yeah, but it is important to note that the specific grounds for divorce can vary based on different personal laws. Like for different religions there are different laws. Additionally, divorce laws in India are subject to change, and it is crucial to consult a legal expert or attorney for understanding the most up-to-date information, and seek guidance on what could be the grounds for divorce, properly understand and then proceed. In matrimonial disputes, the welfare of the child is a paramount concern. Courts in India prioritize the best interest of the child when deciding matters related to child custody and support. We have briefly given an idea of what is a child custody. There are two types of child custody. One is sole custody and joint custody. Mm, and there is another section called child support. It is child support is something like is sharing the financial obligation to support the child needs, including education, healthcare, and daily expenses. It is the legal responsibility of both parents, regardless of their marital status. So, non-payment of child support can also have legal consequences, including court order, enforcement measures, etc. It is possible to get visitation rights if the both parents are not staying together. If they are divorced, the father or mother still can have a visitation right to see the child, and to factor in other responsibilities for the welfare of the child. There are times that when the child visitation rights or support or custody things would need a modification with the child's growth, and when people move on in their life, things can get changed, and they wanted to modify such things. Um, so in that situation also, they would need a legal help, or they need to visit a court for getting a proper order. There is a role of mediation. Mediation can be an effective way to resolve child custody and support issues outside the court. Yeah, as I mentioned, it is not required for every time to visit a court, but if both of the parties can mutually agree, and through a mediator or someone, if they can sit and talk and effectively resolve the issues, then it is absolutely fine. So in conclusion, what I'm saying is, what we say is, in matrimonial disputes involving children, the court aim to ensure the best interest. So you need to propose whenever the fighter is the male or a female, they need to put in their argument that what is the best interest of the child, and they need to um, proceed in the court in that fashion. But irrespective of that, we encourage the parents to work together and consider mediation, which is very important. They should act in the best interest of the child when resolving these matters. So finally, we can act as a legal counsel when you are facing some matrimonial issues, especially when your rights and responsibilities are at stake. So legal aid, yes, as we have mentioned, we can provide aid services for those people who cannot afford legal representation, and we can also counsel people who are facing such matrimonial disputes. And these are our helpline numbers which are available, and we have our online grievance reporting form also available, which you can see. Thank you for patient listening. We would like to come and see you at the next legal awareness material shortly. Thanks.